Imagine her sitting nude on this.
This podcast absolutely, unequivocally, positively, 100% contains adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Hey, welcome back to Me and Mrs. Always Right. I am your host, me.
And I'm Mrs. Always Right.
And today we're coming to you from that little trailer park in Onalaska, Texas. Baby, what do you have, if anything, to say about Onalaska?
Okay, just a little bit of history, and it's basically the only history mentioned anyway. In 1967, what? In 1967, it was struck by a F2 tornado. But you know what? There was only two people injured in that tornado.
Huh.
But they did end up having...
How many people lived in the town?
In 1967, I don't know, because right now it's only a little over 3,000.
So your odds are still low.
So still kind of low. But in 2020, they actually had another tornado. It was an EF3 tornado, and it actually killed 3 people and injured 33 others. So the only 2 things that ever happened in this small town was 2 fucking tornadoes. Yes.
Yes.
And what is that, 40-something, almost 50 years apart? 40-something.
I don't think I want to live in Onalaska, Texas.
I mean, no, it's a good thing we got wheels on our house.
Right?
You know, we can move around and all that, so, yeah. But that's all I got for there.
That's it.
That's
it.
That's basically the only newsworthy stuff that I got.
We had a long weekend. Not that anybody cares.
Long weekend.
We had a lot of people at the house.
We did have a plethora of people.
My voice is a little screwed up because every time I go to the bar, I get hoarse.
You get a horse at the bar?
Yeah.
You get a horse?
Kind of bar whores.
Oh, whores.
Yes.
Whores. Okay, whores, not
you think
horse.
I'm into some kind of...
I mean, talking about goats and stuff last week and sheep.
That's your weird shit.
You know, that's yours. Yours. So you talking about all that last week, I thought you said horse this week. I'm sorry. Whores.
Speaking of grooming.
Speaking of grooming whores. Horses, whatever. Yes.
You came across an article that discussed
personal grooming. Yes.
Particularly a Brazilian.
Yes. Now, see, I thought a Brazilian was like a wax thing, but
I believe that's what it is.
There was it must be a little bit different because they were talking about somebody commented on what I read and said something about, well, I would get a Brazilian versus any kind of wax or shave. And I was like, well, I thought a Brazilian was
for just a second.
Waxing, but I wasn't real sure what a Brazilian was. But the question that they were asking pretty much is, should they get a Brazilian? They have a tendency to get ingrown hairs or whatever. So they were thinking getting a Brazilian might remedy some of that issue.
So this says that all pubic hair are stripped from the vulva and your mon pubis. I guess that's what's Google speak from, around your labia, around your vagina.
Yes.
Around your cooter.
Right.
But it says stripped. It doesn't say shaved or waxed.
Okay. So, I'm not real sure how that works then. I don't know. I've never had one, and I'm pretty sure I don't want one because, first of all, I don't know. Maybe it's very appealing to men. Or some men, or most men, or something. I prefer
groomed. One way or the other.
Okay.
Shaved, groomed. I don't want you to pull your pants down. And I'm like, babe, I'm gonna go get my Indiana Jones hat, my whip, and a machete. Yeah, and I'll be back.
All that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. First of all, I don't. It just seems too much trouble to me to shave it. Or constantly shave it,
like
or constantly
shave it with
wax
a razor.
it, or wax it, or anything like that. Go right ahead.
I want to see it waxed. Wax it one time.
Okay, what's the difference between wax and shaving? If there's nothing there,
Right.
So
waxing, though, is going to be more to your benefit than shaving. Did you just scratch your fucking hairy ass armpit?
My hairy ass back.
From here, I just caught a glimpse. I thought you were talking about grooming and your
grooming.
Yeah.
Itch all my hair.
From what I understand, why? And look, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not waxing because then you just jerking that hair out.
But you don't get the stubble, and there is your risk to ingrown hairs.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to do it anyway because I don't, for me, and maybe it's just
I
me
don't ever
personally.
get anything.
You don't. And because apparently I'm a very good prude or something because I don't know. I feel, maybe it's more appealing to you because you can see more if there's no hair there or whatever. Maybe that's appealing to you.
Yes.
But to me, in my weird, pervy thinking, I guess, I'm like, if you want to see
that has
hairless, I know. I'm just
finished,
saying for me.
And then I'll interrupt once you're finished.
Okay. Yes, you can interrupt me when I'm done. For me, it's like if you want to see a hairless, buy a hairless cat or, I don't know. To me, it's like you want to see a 10-year-old.
Just say
or
it.
something.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's just pervy to me.
It has nothing to.
No, I'm sure it
look,
does.
I'm sure there's that guy out there. That's the reason.
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
I mean, there's no 100%. That's not the reason why. For most of us, though, it's just not in the way. We get to see the whole thing.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
There's no
but I
way
just can't get
you're
over it.
passing for a 10-year-old girl with or without a shaved vagina. Okay.
No, that's true.
It has
the gray hairs in there and everything else.
Nothing to do with that.
It's just.
But I've never complained
at all
because you're pretty good at the trimming.
I try to keep it trimmed. Now we did shave it a couple of times, but I didn't like it. You were okay with it. Believe me,
I'm okay with it. Period. Okay. Now I said I didn't want to fight through an Amazon rainforest. I didn't say I wouldn't. Okay.
I got you.
I mean,
whatever it takes to get there, you want to make the trip.
It might take a little bit of time because I'm gonna have to get a compass and find some landmarks and draw a map to get there.
Right. I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Wake up and it's like, is that my beard or you? Yeah.
Wait.
No, but I just don't see I don't see the issue in it. I don't know why. I mean, and I'm not here to judge you. I don't care if you have an issue with it or not. You do you. It's your body.
Right.
I mean, I do think if it was up to you, it would be down to your ankles.
No. I try to keep it trimmed because.
Are you doing that for you?
I do it for me. Yes.
Okay.
Because the longer the hair, the more it smells. I mean, and maybe that's not true. And I'm not saying it smells bad. I'm just saying, you pee about 500 times a day because I have the bladder the size of a peanut. Then to me, it kind of smells like pee. But if my hair is shorter, it's not catching all the pee when I pee 500 times a day because my bladder's the size of a peanut.
Thanks, Dr. June.
Ain't no problem. So that's why I do it. I do it more for me. I think it just benefits you.
Do you have a preference in the male anatomy?
Well,
the length of the hair, the pubic hair. You have any preference in that? Does that affect you one way or the other?
As long as I'm not having to
pick the crabs off of it.
Pick the crabs off or get a bungee so I can find it or whatever.
Do you get you get uncomfortable in sexual talk though, don't you?
I mean, it's it's probably not my favorite, only because the thing is, I know for you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we talk about, what issue it is, or what subject it is, because you're like, I don't give a fuck.
No.
But for me, if nobody I knew ever listened to this, I might open up more. But knowing people that I see and I look them in the face, I don't want them to know that I have 5,000 tattoos that make a heart going around, my whole area or something.
Whole area.
Yeah.
What area would that be?
Any area. Any area. I'm just saying, there are some things that I want to keep hidden from
Good
people
fucking
that
luck.
I know. That's what I'm saying, Yeah. So, everybody.
We basically had confirmation this weekend that everybody thought you were fucking high growing up.
I know. What the fuck? So, just to give some people some background, we had a lot of people over that I've known, and a lot of these were kids because they were friends of my kids when they were little. My son-in-law was the same thing. He told us more than once, when my kids were little and he was around and all their friends were around and everything. I guess because I've always just been, how would you say, more happy-go-lucky,
I guess,
and laugh and have a good time or whatever. So he always thought I was high, and I'm like, dude.
He said he always thought you were high sometimes.
Yeah,
we did have the correction email.
Right. It was
before
sometimes.
The tragedy.
Yes, but anyway, so a lot of young kids that were around when my kids were little and stuff, they did come over and we got to see
grown.
Yes, we got to see. Yeah, they're all. We'll say 30 plus.
Yeah, you're old.
And you actually asked one of them when we were sitting in the living room gabbing, and she confirmed that she, like everybody else, apparently thought I was high because I was I had so much fun. I can't say so much fun, but I was fun to be around. So they just
maybe they're just looking at
high.
It because you dealt with all these kids and they're like, how's that bitch still sane?
She got to be high all the time. Got to be high. But I think it was because I didn't mind them being over, and I think it took my kids a while to figure out, which they kind of turned it on their kids when they had kids too, is if I allow all your friends to come to my house and I just deal with it and make the most of it, I feel better about where my kids are because I know where they're at. I know who's around them. I know what they're able to do, or I know what they're doing. So I'm controlling them, yet not really controlling them.
No, I feel you.
And
I'm just saying I was still able to melt crayons with my parents and my grandparents in the house. Okay?
That is true. That is true. Now, we did have, speaking of crayons and apparently secrets that I never tell you.
Never.
This brought up another thing that, and I don't know why I didn't think about it when you were talking about melting the crayons anyway, but my kids did have Barbie incidences where they were melted.
What is this, Sid from Toy Story?
Yes, we did have Sid from Toy Story living at my house.
Which one?
Yes. One would get mad at the other and take their Barbie and cut all their hair off, or try to melt their makeup off. And I know, yeah.
Is that bad?
Now, I have a question to ask you, okay?
Okay.
I mean, just
See,
because...
Why can't you do this? But fine. Go through and think of every question you ever wanted to ask me. If you want to find my stories, then that's probably what you're going to have to do.
Okay. Well, the only reason why I say is because you're talking about, I don't know, just different stuff. But, like, let's say when we have sex, right? If you're on top or you're on bottom, do you close your eyes? Because I know for me, I find my eyes are open more when I'm on top.
Yes.
And for whatever
you've told
reason.
Me why. You've told me why.
I have told you why?
Why your eyes are open more when you're like riding me or whatever. Did I say that out loud? Riding. Imagine her sitting nude on this. Baby. It's a lovely shade of red.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Is it just more natural when you're laying down that you close your eyes, and maybe that's why your eyes are closed? Let's just are your eyes closed because you're imagining? Okay, first of all, I don't imagine. I don't imagine.
I can't comprehend that to save my fucking life.
I don't
I can't imagine that. Okay, I mean, I don't. So that is like one of those things, right? What is going through your mind? You're not even like thinking of
No.
grocery shopping today, or
No, I'm up.
Did you not put? He's got it. Yeah, he's got to go. Time out.
Hold on.
So I can't imagine what you're thinking of. Nothing.
I'm thinking of what's going on.
Like,
I'm not thinking of
how?
anybody else.
Like, I need to keep a 3/4 beat, or
No, I'm just thinking of the way it feels, but I'm not thinking of, Tom Selleck or Porcupine.
it doesn't necessarily have to be a specific person. Okay, it could be a situation, a scenario.
Really?
It don't have to be. Where the fuck?
Then how can you concentrate on what's going on?
See, because apparently, what is normal to me is abnormal to you.
Yeah, but it's probably all abnormal to me anyway.
Probably.
Because
that's why I don't get. I mean, you're great. I have never had a problem.
Thanks.
Oh,
wait. I mean, okay. I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
I don't know exactly,
I don't understand that blankness.
Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking about what is happening now, not any other, like I said, situation or any other person or
You're not ever laying there going, man, I wish he'd pick up slow it down. Maybe he should move a little to the left.
I mean, if I think of that, maybe I kind of move you over, or I move.
Oh,
or
is that
something.
what you do?
Maybe
strategically
readjust. Yes.
Well, I mean, maybe the whole reason when you're laying on your back and your eyes is closed is because the light is on.
I don't know what the light has to do with it either way.
Does it get in your eyes?
The light?
Yeah. Well, I am so big. It's like being under a fucking umbrella.
No, I don't really think about the light being on. I think it's just almost like a natural body reaction that if you're laying on your back, that your eyes close.
Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, is that a biological difference between male and female?
I don't know. I mean, do you do the same thing if
you're laying? Do what?
Do you close your eyes if you're laying on your back?
Yeah, because it's hard to imagine shit with your eyes open.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or not imagine, but just think. Sometimes. It depends, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, look, let's be honest. More often than not, okay? But it has nothing to do with...
fine.
It has nothing to do... Like I told you, it's not a personal thing. It's probably more a scenario type thing, or...
Right. Right. But it's more of a you thing. It has...
I guess, apparently. It's not a you thing.
You're not doing it because you don't love me. You're not doing it because you don't find me attractive.
It
has nothing to do with me.
Nothing.
So
at all.
So I get that.
Do you though?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me because I do the same thing, only apparently my brain is shut off and yours is
Weirdest fucking thing to me ever. Weirdest fucking thing.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to start role playing more or something.
No,
I
don't
broaden
need that
my
from
horizon.
You. I don't need that from. I don't need that from you. I need you. All I care about is you finding what works for you. Right. Because I want you to be happy and satisfied and everything you need. I just, to me, I don't know, man. You know what? I'll try to just not think of nothing. I just don't think my brain works that way. My brain never stops.
Wow.
I go to bed and I'm thinking of stuff and not sex. All the fucking, it's not always sex.
There might be 3 minutes a day you're not thinking about
either I'm
sex.
trying to work out a problem or go over stuff that happened to my brain. I can't shut it off like that. I don't know how you do it.
Which I am shocked because, dude, within 3 minutes of you laying down and closing your eyes,
conversation.
You are done. You are snoring. You are done. And sometimes it's faster than that. But I promise you, it is within 3 minutes or less of you laying down every single night.
I always get through the start. of air crash investigations.
What, the starting music?
The start.
Which is the music, which is technically about 30 seconds long.
I like to lay there and see where the crash happened. What happened? But that's the difference too, is I gotta have to go to bed, right?
Uh-huh.
To go to bed, I have to have something there that's taking my mind off of what's going on up here.
Right, what you're trying to go over here.
I just, that whole nothing going on, it just freaks me the fuck out, right?
But how can? But the thing is, it's not nothing going on. I'm just thinking about what this feels like. The rest of me feels like not, not of any scenario. I'm just thinking about what is going on right then.
Oh my God, I'd give a nickel to be fucking normal. Wow.
But is that normal?
I don't know.
We can't agree on what's normal because you're at one end of the spectrum and I'm at the other end of the spectrum. We just happen to meet and fall in love and
get along perfectly. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's really
very
weird.
Awkward.
I wouldn't say awkward. It makes life fun. We have a lot of fun.
Oh, we do have a lot of fun. And I'll be glad. I'm telling you, I'll take whatever you are right now over crazy that I've had. Okay.
Okay.
Any fucking day of the week.
Okay. Good.
Shh. Boom.
Boom. Shakalaka.
Because my last relationship, marriage, whatever, my first marriage, if I watch any kind of, when we had the conversation last week, any kind of porn, anything, it was because she wasn't sexy enough. And it could have been. And no. But that's why all that shit always feels like you're doing something wrong, because of the way you were made to feel.
Right. I can understand though, maybe feeling that you're in competition with
a picture or a photograph or a fucking video,
because it's like, oh, see, he likes to look at this when he does sexual things.
I like to look at everything.
Maybe I feel incompetent to him. So I understand where a lot of people might have, issues or starting to have issues or whatever, because they feel they're in competition with this when they actually should go, you know what? You do you, boo. If that's what you want to do, that's fine, because guess what? You know who makes the bed. You know who buys the food.
That's right. That's right.
Who cooks the meals, and you're here every single day. And guess what?
Except for this upcoming 2 weeks.
No, wait, we're not talking about that.
Oh, because you're going to be sad? Or you just don't want to be raped?
Sad. But
you're not going to be sad.
You don't know that.
It's 2 weeks.
But I don't feel I'm in competition with any of that because, you come
because
home.
It has nothing
to
do with what you look like or who you are.
Now, I have to admit, though, when we first got together, it was a little worrisome to me because it's not what I was used to. But we did have a discussion about it. You told me this has nothing to do with you. And so now I don't give two shits.
Nothing.
So I don't care if you watch it or not.
And let's just say, let's go out on a limb.
Uh-huh.
And say that there's a guy out there that's whatever he watches, that's what he's chasing and that's what he wants. He'll leave his good wife who does the dishes and makes the bed and cooks the meals, and he'll go and he may find this and it will be nothing like he fucking expected it to be.
Right.
They are exactly what they are. They're piss poor acting in scenarios that never fucking happen.
Right.
Okay.
Because I've never had a good looking plumber come to my house.
I have never had 3 chicks in a fucking van roll up and be like, you want to get on this? Never. Never.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I did have
I
one
get it.
chick one time when I was driving to work.
Uh-huh.
Right. And this was years ago. It had not even when we were together.
Okay.
And I was married at the time. And oh my God, I regret this one.
Oh, no.
Driving to work.
Yes.
And I had some fucking jalopy. I don't know what it is about jalopies. Right. These two chicks were like, what's up? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? And she threw them boobies up.
No.
Oh, yeah. And she threw them boobies up. And all I could do was throw up that wedding band. What the fuck?
I
know. What's wrong with me?
No, that's sweet. That's what you're supposed to do.
At the time,
Uh-huh.
I understand. Looking back on it,
You're like,
stupid.
Should have done it.
Oh my God. They were like volleyballs. Ding. Volleyballs.
Now, was she the passenger or the driver?
Yeah, she was the passenger. The driver, if she would have threw her boobies up. I do have one, and I think you know what this is.
No, but I was going to tell you, I've got a great story for you, too. Remind me
I will
about the whole
remind you.
boobies going down the
Okay.
highway.
I think we might be on the same track here.
Okay. Tell
Because
me.
I want you to tell me about the guy who threw the V in the tongue.
Oh, yeah, that's not what I
No?
was thinking of. No. I can't say road rage, but these motherfuckers seen the sign 5 miles back, just like I did, that this lane is ending.
Right.
Okay, you seen it. I slowed down. I got over. Half the other people got over. And he decided he's not getting over until the lane ends, and he thinks that he's getting my spot. He's not getting my spot because you seen the sign. You know how to fucking read. And guess what? I bet you're in daddy's fucking money truck.
Dang. It was
Not
like
you
that?
didn't. Oh yeah. Now this truck was nice. This young kid did not have the money to pay for this. I don't know how he got it. He stole it or he borrowed it
It
or
wasn't
something.
a 2006 F-250, was it?
No,
Okay.
it wasn't.
Checking.
So I don't know where he got it, but he thought he was going to take my spot. No, sir. I'm sorry. Well, in the vehicle I was driving, old school, it was a standard, and it had automatic use your hand to roll down the window. I'm in this pickup truck. I can't reach the other side unless I take my seatbelt off
Where'd you go?
and roll the window down, right? But my windows are up because it's kind of hot outside. So the windows are up and the AC's on, and this guy's like, I'm like, oh, no, not going to happen. Not going to happen. I held my ground and I'm like, you know what? With this nice truck, you better have some fucking insurance.
That's right.
Exactly. He's so close to me. He actually is looking out the driver's door to make sure he doesn't hit my truck.
No shit.
I'm not giving an inch. Nope, you're going to hit me, motherfucker. And as soon as I know that you've crossed this line, I am going to swerve into you.
Bury it right into the fucking wall. Huh?
I'm gonna swerve into you because now you're in my lane.
Yep.
And I'm just waiting for it. Needless to say, he does not end up getting my spot, nor in front of me.
Oh.
And he got behind me.
You're so sweet.
And I know. Needless to say, we're driving down the road a little bit further, and this he's a young kid, probably early 20s. Him and his little friend are passing me up, and we were yelling and screaming at each other on the highway. And he heard every word I said, and my window was up. But he heard what I said, and they weren't always nice words. But anyway,
no, coming from you, seriously?
I know.
Wow.
Yeah. So him and his little friend come driving down the street, and they're just waving and
Nuh-uh. You mean to tell me that does not instantly turn you on?
Yeah.
Is to put the two fingers in a V shape and to throw my tongue in there? That does not instantly make you like, oh my God, let's go bang?
No. Maybe he thought that's what it was. Maybe he thought it was an automatic, you're going to pull over and we're going to have sex right now.
I'm at a loss for words. I thought that was a shoe-in. I thought that was the secret code to let's go bang.
Secret code to making every girl wet and want you right there.
Right there.
But
so it didn't work.
No, it didn't. So I'm abnormal.
He two-finger V-tongued you.
Yeah, he did.
And you just didn't instantly melt.
No. No, I guess he thought I was going to.
Any interaction after that?
No, not really.
No?
No.
What about your boob story?
Okay, so my boob story.
See, you tell so much better stories than I
No,
do.
not really. So I was much younger way back in the day, and I had a couple of friends that I hung out with all the time. One of them lived this way from the town I lived in, and the other one lived this way, and I lived here in the middle. And so I would go get this one all the time. And we happened to be going down the road one day. How old was I? I was probably, I don't know. I was probably close to 20. I was probably still in my teens somehow, maybe probably between the age of 18 and 20.
So they were still volleyballs.
So I don't know if I'd call them volleyballs, but
Okay.
they were not at my knees. Okay.
Gotcha.
They were actually up on my chest where they should be. So anyway, but the girl I was with, we had been friends for many, 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 many years. And she had bigger hands than I did.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, yeah. Her hands were bigger than mine. And we're driving down the road. I'd picked her up from her house, and I don't remember where we were going, probably to the mall or something, because, we did that when we were kids. And this guy kept driving up, trying to get our attention, and, probably throwing the whole, what would you call it? Universal language of, baby, I love you.
It's bang me now.
Oh, okay. Bang me now.
Bang me
so
now.
Anyway, he's constantly doing this stuff and everything. And finally, I told her, I said, don't flinch. Don't move. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because we were tired of this guy at this time, because it was constant. And he was older, kind of probably pervy because, here we are young, 18,
yeah,
19,
I get it.
20.
I totally understand.
Yeah. And so he was probably at least 30 maybe or whatever. So to us, that was old
wow.
or whatever. He could have been older than that. Could have been 40. I don't even fucking know. But anyway, I told her, I said, just don't move. And she's like, okay. Well, I was driving. I had a big boat back then that I drove. And so he's beside us doing his, oh, baby, we're going to bang bullshit. And I just reach over and I grab the biggest fucking
No, you did not.
boob that I could do it. And I just looked at him and smiled. And he's like, oh, yeah. He left us alone after that. She was like, oh, my God. I'm like, whatever. Got rid of him, didn't it?
It worked.
Anyway, it did work. It did work. So I see, I don't think of things like that just to tell you, throughout my life,
I never thought you had it in you.
But yeah.
Were you wearing your nun outfit at the time?
No, I had retired it. It was probably the weekend, and I wasn't in. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we appreciate you listening to this boobtastic episode of Me and Mrs. Always Right. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at meandmrsalwaysright@gmail.com. All complaints go to Trevor the intern.
Heck yeah. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube.
And help support this podcast by becoming a member of Patreon at patreon.com/meandmrsalwaysright. There you will find pre and post show content right along with unedited episodes. The audio version is still, at this point in time, free.
Nice.
We'd also like to thank Roadcat Media.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, for producing this week's episode. If you have any audio or video needs, please contact them at roadcatmedia@gmail.com or go to their website, roadcatmediallc.com. There you go. Got everything
Sweet.
in. Everything in.
Look at you. You're so cool.
I am sweating my ass off, baby.
Are you?
Yeah, them boob stories got me hot.
Hot. Big hands. Big hands.
Big hands. All right. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. You have a great night.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Merle.
I love Merle.